Friends, let's talk some Torah. It's Parshat BeHaalotecha, and we've looked at different aspects of it throughout the week. But the one thing that I wanted to bring our attention to as we go into Shabbat, and personally as I enter the weekend of my son's high school graduation, is the way we transmit power and authority, the way we signify that something of personal status has changed within our community. And I find this moment not the first time that one of my children is graduating high school. My family is blessed to have 5 children, and our eldest is now a junior at Queens College. Moshe is going to be going to Binghamton next year. Very proud of all of these, and our other 3 children for the incredible accomplishments that they have been achieving at their young ages. I'm just blown away by who they are. But how they get to this place and how we are part of their lives. Kim, Mazel Tov to your youngest who's graduating from college this weekend from Northwestern. Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov. Oh, and speaking of personal moments, Arlene, this is 14 years since you became an adult bat mitzvah. You're reading Torah tomorrow. Mazel Tov. There are so many things to celebrate in life, but one of the things that from this parsha can be useful for us is how those things connect. If we're blessed to have people in our lives who we bless, how lucky we are. How lucky we are. And so here I am in this moment of my life, and all of us in our moments. In this parsha, Moses is told to gather the people who are then going to authorize, in a certain sense, the priests, the tribe of Levi actually, which is larger than the group of priests. How amazing it is for us to consider what it is to grant power and authority, or to empower, in another way of saying it, someone in our lives. The Israelites are actually called to gather around the tribe of Levi, and they place their hands on them. And then after that, the tribe of Levi places their hands on the sacrifices being offered. Now obviously this is a complicated connection to make. We don't consider those whom we empower to be expendable or sacrifice, but if we see the function of what the sacrifice was, it was meant to be a symbol of service, a notion that in order to achieve something meaningful, we have to take steps forward in life, and there are things that we give up. Every moment of my children's life is incredible, and the best part is watching them grow. And the hardest part is watching them grow. Because something is lost, as so much is gained. I recognize, and I'm sure we all do too in our different moments, every day is one day more of my life. And I have to say goodbye to yesterday. Good song about that in case you don't know it. Written by this group you might have heard about called the Beatles. But among the different parts of this parsha that I want to point out is that though there is an empowerment and sacrifice involved in this moment of transition, the connection here, friends, the connection is that we place our hands on each other. When we offer the blessings of parents to children, but also of priests to people, and in this parsha, people to priests. The Levites, the entire tribe, was actually situated in the center of the community. They weren't allotted land when we entered the Promised Land, and they didn't have they didn't have the same kind of tribal arrangement, both because they weren't going to be going to war, but also because their role was to tend to the center of the community. God dwells, as strange as that is to say, in the Mishkan, or the nexus point for the divine in this world is the Mishkan, the Holy of Holies. And the Levites tend to that space. And the priests within the Levites offer the sacrifices. And we, the people, tend to the Levites. But there's something really interesting about the whole situation, the whole structure of it. Think about it with me. Where is the Holy of Holies when we're in the desert, where we find ourselves in this parsha, in the book of Numbers, B'midbar, in the desert, in BeHaalotecha, the command about lighting the menorah? We are in the desert, and the Holy of Holies is in the center of our camp. But if you remember, we don't stay still in the desert. We move from place to place. And how powerful it is to realize that if we move from place to place, and the tabernacle, the Mishkan, moves from place to place with us, then the center of the tabernacle, the Holy of Holies, moves with us. The holiest thing, the nexus point for the divine, moves as we move. So let's bless Amy, your 2 5-year-old grandchildren, and so many of us as we mark our moments. Let's bless each of us because we are always in transition. In another moment, I'm not going to be who I was 5 minutes ago. Let's make a l'chaim, friends. Let's give each other this gift of knowing that holiness travels with us as we journey on, and that yes, there is the sacrifice of time, but boy, is time a blessing. Every moment of becoming is sacred and should be welcomed, blessed even. So friends, l'chaim to you, l'chaim to our next moments. It's been a true honor, and will continue to be, to gather this community. What a powerful thing it is to know that we bless each other. So bless all of you. May it be a very sweet Shabbat. May our moments, as we experience them, be full of enormous good that we can do for others and we can let in for ourselves. Shabbos, everybody. Let's sing our way in. Shabbos, friends. See you on Monday.